Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Vijay and we are learning Python with our Python Mastery series. So in the previous videos, we have learned a lot of concept about looping and we learned how we can have more controls over the loops with the help of range and break, continue, all of that statements we learned. And now in this video, we will learn about very popular concept named as pattern printing while we are running like programs everything to develop logic. Learning the programming language also have a concept that we try to print some patterns that will give us more clarity in a very better way. We will understand how we are uh, executing the flow and everything that we get to know with this help of programs. Okay, so simple, we learned the nested loops in the last video. The theoretical part is very similar. We also saw the foundation that we will cover definitely again in this video. So we will have an outer loop and we will have an inner loop. In the outer loop we will be using it to print the rows, like let's say we have to print a square and star in that. So each the square will have 3 rows and 4 columns, so the outer loop will be from 1 to 3, sorry, 1 to 4, and that will generate the 3 rows, and the outer inner will be with the help of columns. Okay, so that we will see practically. At first the pattern printing seems a little bit confusing, but when you start and when you implement that thing, when you practice, it becomes very easy. So let's jump to the VS code directly, and we will start from the VS code only. Okay, so let's say we want to print a square as we did in the last video. So we will write a code for range 4. So it will print from 0, 1 to 3. Okay, and now we are writing for column in range we have 4. Okay, and we want to print a star. Okay, and remember, we want to print it with a space in the same line. We do not want to make it in the next line. So this AND argument will allow us to print it in the same line within the row. Once the row is done, we will have a one iteration of the row is done, we will have a blank print statement that will by default execute a slash n, and it will be in the new line. Okay, so if we go here, if we select this, okay, you can see the square is printed. If I want to make the number of rows from 4 to 5, simply I have to change this number. So the inner loop is for columns and the outer loop is for rows. Okay, let's say we want to print a rectangle shape, rows equal to 3 and column equal to, let's say, 5. Okay, and we take a for row in range rows. Okay, for, let's make it columns, for column in range of columns, that will be print a star with a argument of and, because we want to print it in the same line, and then a blank print statement. So okay, there is a typo in the print. Okay, okay, you can see a square is printed. It is very similar to the above one because we change it from like square to rectangle. This one is the rectangle that we have printed. Okay, here you can take the input from the user also, typecast it to integer, then pass it. So it will be a little bit dynamic also if you want to make it dynamic, as we did in the previous applications also, previous concept. Okay, now we want to make a number system. So that we can do for row in range 1 comma 6, for column in range 1 comma 6. Okay, instead of star we will print here the numbers. Okay, so we will print the column number with and equal to space. Okay, we will print the column numbers. Everything else is same. So just to show you that it's not necessary that we print only the stars, the patterns can be of the numbers also. Okay, now have a triangle pattern for row in range 1 comma 6, for all in range row print, we will have a star and print. Okay, so here if I print, you can see a increasing kind of triangle shaped his print. Why? Because we are giving a column range based on the row number. For first row we want only 1 star, for second row we want 2 stars. So any day if someone tells you that you want to have a pattern where row number you want to print on the inner loop, so here you need to set up the logic according to that. So here if I have to say you, so let's copy this one. Actually, let me show you on the blackboard if it is able to. Oops, I am not able to copy that. Just a second. Okay, let me copy the code. Okay, so what it is trying to do, whenever the row number is here, if I type, okay, row number 1, it will print 1 star. Okay, 1 asterisk. Why? Because here the range is till 1 only. Next, whenever it is on the second iteration of the row, it will print 2 asterisks. Okay, why? Because here we are increasing the range from 1 to 2 based on the current iteration. In that way, till it reaches the fifth iteration, the number of stars will be printed will be 5, because the range is now from 1 to 5. So it will run 5 times to print 5 stars. Okay. So here if I go again, here you can see whatever the row number is, let me print the row number also. So you will get an idea. Let me make it f string print. Just a second. Row number. Okay. So you can see the row number also. So here you can see row number 1, it will print 1 star. Then row number 3, it will print 3. It messed up the uh, pattern because we are not giving slash n. That's why. Okay. So I will remove just to show you the row number. I just printed that, but it will mess up the pattern because the end argument is very necessary to print in the same line that we were not giving. The same triangle if I have to print in a descending order. So what I can do, let's say I want to print it in the reverse order. So simple, I will copy this code. The only change that I need is I have to give the row number in the decreasing order. Simple, starting from 5 till 0, and every time I will decrease the row number from by -1. So at first it will print 5 stars, At second time it will print 4. In that way it will print the descending order. Okay, so mini project for this video, it might not look more practical, but we will try to integrate our knowledge, whatever we have learned with this pattern printing. So we will create a setting arrangement. Okay, we will try to create a sitting arrangement. So first start with print welcome to code cafe. Then what we will do, we will have rows equal to input from, I told you we can take a input from the user also, that enter number of rows. Okay, and then we will have columns, or we will take it as input from the user, enter. Hmm, what we can do, we can have a sitting arrangement, so we can name it as chairs and enter number of chairs per row. That will give us more real life example, and we will convert both of them to integer, because input function will produce a string output. Okay, so just a second. Okay, and now we will have total equal to 0 as of now. Okay, we will print sitting arrangement. Okay, sitting arrangement layout. Okay, what else we can do? Now we will run our loops for row in range 1 comma whatever the rows we have taken plus 1, and for each of the row we will have the chairs, so that will be the inner one. For chair in range 1 comma chair plus 1. Okay, that will be the chairs in each of them. But let's print a message also that this is the row number. So row, and we will have row number printed here, and then we will also need a AND statement. Okay, and then we will have for chair, we will print. What we can do, we can, let's keep a symbol of chair, a little bit more practical. Okay, and we will have this AND symbol. Okay, so now each row will print the number of chairs ahead of it. So this both should be printed in the same line. That's why we have kept and this argument. And then we will have the total also that is needed. Okay, total we have incremented by 1. Now we will have print. mm, mm, mm. So one iteration of the loop is completed. We will go with print statement to print the next row. Once this iteration of first row is completed, we will go with the print statement /n, so that in the next iteration it should print in the new line. Then what we will do, we will have the final printing of the total number of chairs. That will be why it is not coming up. Okay, I missed the F string. Okay, I need to have the total actually, not chair, total. Then a final thank you message. Okay, so this is done. Now let's execute the number of rows. I want 5 rows, and number of chairs in each rows there should be 3. Okay, where I have made the mistake. Okay, I haven't converted this to integer. That is the mistake. We have wrote the parenthesis but haven't converted. Number of rows, 3, 5 chairs in each one. Okay, so if you see here, row 1, this is row 2, and row 3. So in this way, what we have done, we have simply created a sitting arrangement layout. Definitely this is not something that we need to do with the programming or anything, but yeah, whenever, let's say, a big hall is there, or you have a very big place and you want to have a layout designed with the help of programming, if this could be helpful in that, and you can have a printing patterns and everything to learn. It is very good mini project that we can integrate whatever the pattern printing examples we understood and the concept we understood. Okay, so I guess this video was basically to make a deeper understanding of the nested looping concept, so that you can print different patterns, and the logic building is developed whenever you practice or whenever you see this pattern printing. I have seen that people generally get afraid of this pattern printing programs, but they are not that difficult. There is a very simple concept. You have a outer loop, you have an inner loop, and whatever number of elements you want to print, and the end argument of the print statement. These are the few things that you need to manage, and you will be able to print your desired pattern. That is not difficult, and it comes with the practice. It is not something that you will get on the first day itself. It takes time, so keep practicing. I hope you are liking this series, and please share, like, and subscribe if you find this videos useful. We will see you in the next video. Till then, happy coding.